Welcome back to the English Daily Podcast. I'm Anna, and today we're exploring a fascinating question: why do we dream? Dreams can be funny, confusing, beautiful, or even frightening. Sometimes we wake up and remember every detail. Other times, a dream disappears before we even sit up in bed. Jake, do you usually remember your dreams?
Welcome, everyone. I'm Jake. I remember some dreams, especially the strange ones. In one dream, I was trying to give a speech, but every word came out as the sound of a bicycle bell. I woke up thinking, what was my brain doing? Today, we'll look at what scientists know, what they are still debating, and some useful English connected to sleep and dreams.
That bicycle bell speech sounds like a perfect dream example. Dreams are experiences, images, thoughts, and feelings that happen while we sleep. The verb dream has two common forms in English, dreamed and dreamt. Both are correct. Dreamed is more common in American English, while dreamt is often heard in British English. We can say, I dreamed about flying, or I dreamt about flying.
And the word dream has another meaning. It can describe a hope or goal, as in, my dream is to become a chef. So context is important. If someone says, I had a dream about opening a restaurant, they may be talking about a sleeping dream or a life ambition. Usually, the words had a dream tell us it happened during sleep, while my dream is often followed by a goal.
Let's begin with the basic science. Sleep is not one single state. During the night, we move through several stages. Some are lighter, some are deeper, and one important stage is called REM sleep. REM stands for rapid eye movement. During REM sleep, the eyes move quickly under the eyelids, the brain is quite active, and many vivid dreams happen.
Vivid is a useful word for English learners. It means very clear, detailed, and strong in your mind. A vivid dream might include bright colors, realistic conversations, or powerful emotions. We can also say, she has a vivid imagination, meaning she can create clear and interesting pictures in her mind.
However, dreams can happen in other sleep stages too. Scientists have found that people may report thoughts or images after waking from different parts of the night. REM sleep is famous because dreams during it are often more active and easier to remember, but it is not the only time our sleeping brain creates experiences.
So why does the brain dream? The honest answer is that scientists do not have one final explanation. There are several leading ideas. One idea is that dreaming helps the brain process emotions. During the day, we experience stress, excitement, disappointment, and joy. At night, the brain may organize some of these feelings and memories.
That makes sense. After a difficult day, a person might dream about being lost, late, or unable to finish a task. It does not necessarily mean the dream predicts the future. It may simply reflect a feeling of uncertainty. The word reflect means to show or represent something. A dream can reflect your worries without giving you a literal message.
Exactly. Literal means using the exact, ordinary meaning of a word or event. If you dream about an exam, it does not literally mean an exam is coming tomorrow. It could reflect pressure at work, a language test, or the fear of being judged. Our brains often use familiar images to express less obvious emotions.
Another theory is that dreams support memory and learning. While we sleep, the brain strengthens some connections between new information and older knowledge. Researchers are still studying the details, but good sleep clearly helps learning. If you are studying English, sleeping well may help you remember vocabulary, grammar patterns, and the sound of a new language.
That is good news for learners. Some people try to study all night before an exam, but that can backfire. To backfire means to have the opposite result from what you wanted. Staying awake for extra hours may give you more study time, but it can reduce your attention and memory the next day. A regular sleep schedule is usually a better strategy.
Here is a practical tip. Before bed, review a small group of words, perhaps 5 to 10 words, and then stop studying. Do not try to force your brain to memorize a whole dictionary. The next morning, test yourself without looking at your notes. This simple routine combines review, rest, and retrieval. Retrieval means bringing information back from memory.
Let's talk about nightmares. A nightmare is a frightening or unpleasant dream. Nightmares are common, especially during times of stress, illness, or major change. Children often have them, but adults do too. Having a nightmare does not mean something is wrong with you. It may be the brain's way of reacting to strong emotions or an overstimulating day.
Overstimulating is another useful word. It describes a situation with more sights, sounds, information, or activity than your brain can comfortably handle. A busy phone, bright screens, and constant notifications can make the evening overstimulating. Creating a calmer bedtime routine may help some people sleep more peacefully.
A calm routine could include dimming the lights, putting your phone away, stretching gently, or reading a paper book. It can also help to write down worries. This is called a worry list. You are not solving every problem at midnight. You are simply telling yourself, I have noticed this concern, and I can return to it tomorrow.
That is a very practical idea. We should also mention lucid dreams. In a lucid dream, the dreamer realizes that they are dreaming while the dream is still happening. Some people can influence the dream after becoming aware. For example, they may decide to fly or change the location. Lucid means clear or fully aware, so a lucid dream is a dream with unusual awareness.
Lucid dreaming sounds exciting, but it is not a magic skill that everyone can control. People who practice it may keep a dream journal, look for repeated patterns, and ask themselves during the day, am I dreaming? Still, sleep quality should come first. A technique is not helpful if it makes you anxious or interrupts your rest.
A dream journal is simply a notebook where you write down dreams soon after waking. The phrase write down means record something in words. If you want to remember more dreams, keep a notebook beside your bed and write a few keywords immediately. Do not worry about perfect sentences. You might write, train, blue door, old friend, rain.
That method also gives English learners a creative writing exercise. Later, you can turn those keywords into a short story. Try using past tense verbs, I was walking, I saw, and I opened. You can practice descriptive language too, the hallway was narrow and unusually quiet. Dreams are often excellent material because they contain unusual combinations of ideas.
Now, what about common dream symbols? You may have heard that dreaming about water always means one particular thing, or that losing teeth has a universal meaning. We should be careful with those claims. Cultures and individuals interpret dreams differently. A symbol that feels frightening to one person may feel peaceful to another.
Right. Personal experience matters. If a person grew up near the ocean, water may feel familiar and comforting. For someone who cannot swim, water may create fear. Instead of asking, what does this symbol always mean, ask, what does it mean to me? That question connects the dream to memory, culture, and emotion without pretending there is one simple dictionary.
This is also a helpful communication lesson. When discussing another person's dream, avoid saying, your dream definitely means this. Use softer language, such as, maybe it could be connected to your feelings about change. The phrase could be connected to is useful when we are making a possibility, not stating a fact.
And if a friend tells you a disturbing dream, listen before giving advice. You can say, that sounds upsetting, or, how did you feel when you woke up? These questions show empathy. Empathy means understanding and responding to another person's feelings. Sometimes people do not need an interpretation. They simply need someone to listen.
There is another interesting question, can we solve problems in dreams? Many people report waking with a new idea after sleeping. During sleep, the brain may combine information in unexpected ways. But it is not wise to expect a dream to solve every problem. A better approach is to learn, think, rest, and then examine the idea carefully in the morning.
That last part is important. Dreams can be creative, but they are not automatically accurate. If you dream that a friend is angry with you, do not immediately send an apology. First ask yourself whether there is real evidence. A dream may reveal your fear, not your friend's feelings. In English, we can say, take it with a grain of salt, meaning do not accept it as completely true.
Let's review a few expressions. If you say, I had a strange dream, you are describing sleep. If you say, I have a dream of studying abroad, you are describing an ambition. A dream come true means a wish has become real. In your dreams can be playful or sarcastic, as in, you think you can beat me at chess? In your dreams.
And sweet dreams is a friendly phrase people say before someone goes to sleep. You can also say, I slept like a log, which means you slept very deeply. Of course, a log does not actually sleep, but this idiom creates a funny image. Another phrase is, I was wide awake, meaning I could not sleep or was completely alert.
Before we finish, here are practical sleep tips that may support healthy dreaming and learning. Keep a fairly regular bedtime and wake-up time. Get natural light during the day. Reduce bright screens near bedtime if they keep you alert. Avoid heavy meals or too much caffeine late in the evening. And give yourself enough time to sleep rather than treating rest as an optional reward.
If nightmares happen often, cause intense distress, or make you afraid to sleep, talk with a qualified health professional. General information can be useful, but personal health concerns deserve personal support. Also remember that dreams vary from person to person. You do not need to remember dreams every night, and forgetting them is completely normal.
Let's recap today's key points. Dreams are experiences that happen during sleep, and many vivid dreams occur during REM sleep. Scientists are exploring several explanations, including emotion processing, memory, learning, and creative connections. Nightmares are common and are not usually predictions. Lucid dreams involve awareness that you are dreaming.
We also learned that dream symbols do not have one universal meaning. Personal experience and culture matter. For English vocabulary, remember vivid, literal, reflect, overstimulating, lucid, retrieval, empathy, and backfire. Try using these words in your own sentences, and write a few dream keywords in English tomorrow morning.
Thanks for joining us on the English Daily Podcast. We hope this conversation helped you learn something about the sleeping brain and gave you useful English for talking about dreams, feelings, and goals.
If you enjoyed the episode, subscribe to the English Daily Podcast, share it with another English learner, and come back for our next conversation. Until then, sleep well, keep learning, and sweet dreams.